Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all. So in this video, we're going to see how to create the bill of material and the estimate bill of material. Okay, that is nothing but the BOM and the E-BOM. So let's create one. So in order to create, we need to go to the manufacturing module and then we go to the products and bill of materials. Okay, and let's create one. Over here, product template is that you select the product. Okay, now let's create the product that I've already created just to save our time with angle and we dust. Okay, I select this one. Okay, and then if you want to select the variants, okay, for this particular thing, is like just click on configure product and then you select for which variant you want to create you want, let's say I want to create for aluminum. So save this. All right. So over here we are creating this for the material for the aluminum, and here you define the quantity for oil linear feet, like it might be 20 linear feet. We are creating an E-BOM, a standard one. Okay, over here you have the reference if you want to view any reference for this particular E-BOM. Okay, over here it's create sets the create date and the last update date if you're making any changes over here. The E-BOM type, this is like the manufacturer product. If it's a kit that you just assemble it. Okay, there might be some products that you just have a kit, like you take all the raw materials and then just assemble. You can select that over here, and if it's subcontracting, okay, we can select that as well. So based on this, the BOM type, the company is or like defines most of the changes. Okay, we'll be creating for the manufacturing this product. Okay, so you have the multiple tabs. We'll go one by one. So this is the materials tab. Then we have the fabrication labor, outsource, installation labor, equipment, overhead, and then you have the calculations and the operations. Okay, and the miscellaneous. So let's start with the materials. And over here you have the products that you require. Okay, and these are the materials, all the raw materials that you require in order to create an angle. Okay, so that's how you can write down. So to create an angle, I'll require I don't need so much more. Okay, this is pipe. We get the product configurator over here, and you select the one you put the quantity that is required. How many of them? This is just an example, okay? And I don't know how the angle is created, but just to give you how the thing works and just um, writing it over here, okay? And oops, okay, save it. We provide the weight, let's say it's 40. The total weight gets calculated over here. This is nothing but the weight of the material in amperes. Okay, you define it, okay, and that gets multiplied with the quantity, and it gives you the total weight, the quantity into the unit price and the amount. Over here, the unit of measure, yeah, you can derivative type, okay, the linear feet. Over here, if you have any notes, you can type it over here, and these are the vendor list. Okay, these vendors are fetched from your product that you have configured under this particular product. So for example, if I go to the pipe and the purchase, if you see in the purchase tab, if I've mentioned this vendor that I'm buying this particular pipe from such vendor, wherein you can just put the add if you the vendors that you're buying for this particular product, and you mention the price, the currency, the lead time. What is the vendor? The product code can be different. Okay, the vendor product code. Okay, and over here you can define if for a particular particular variant for this pipe, you can define that as well for which variant is it. Okay. You can keep in general that you're buying the pipes from them, okay, irrespective whatever the combination it is. Or if you want to specifically define it, you can define that as well. Okay. And in this vendor, those list will show it if you want to have to create an RFI or something for the reference. You can add those as well over here. Okay. If you haven't mentioned it over here, it will show you blank. So you can create those as many raw material that you require over here. You can keep on adding the materials over here. Okay. And in the below, it will give you the total weight. Okay. And that will calculate if you add more than one product over here. Now let's add around that. Okay. I'm just adding, okay. I don't know how it is made, but just to give you the brief of the calculation, I'm just adding it. Okay. So that's how it's calculated. And then you get the material amount. Okay. Over here, what's the total material amount? That is nothing but the addition of these two. Okay. Which comes out over here. Then you have the miscellaneous percentage. Okay. And then you have the amount. Either you can give the amount and then it will calculate the percentage by itself. Let's say if you want to have the miscellaneous amount as 500. Okay. And then once you save this, again, it will calculate the percentage to it. Okay. So put it 1,000. For example, that becomes 17.19%. Or if you want to give the percentage, let's say I want to put 10% of markup of it, and then once you save it, it will calculate the amount. So that goes vice versa. Okay. Which is stored over here, and the total total weight of material is calculated over here. And you have the fabrication labor, okay, where it can define the labors over here. So at this time, fabrication labor. Oh, now in this, when you come to the fabrication labor, okay, there is one thing that you define it hourly, or you define it as per linear feet or square feet or as a lot over here. Okay, so I show you how does that gets configured inside the product as well. So if I go to the fabrication labor, okay, now you see you have this default set and the hourly rate best. Okay, if I go to the variants, okay, and the variants that we have created over here defines basically if it's hourly or if it's default. Okay, so if you see the unit of measure is over here is hourly, over here it's hourly, and this is in linear fit. Okay, for this particular variant, it's in linear fit, which means that this two variant has to be done in hourly. Okay, for any of the products you can. So currently this is default. We will correct this. Okay. We can set it to hourly. Save this and go back. Okay, that's how it is been set to hourly. Okay, so if there are multiple variants and then you have to set it, okay, you don't have to go manually one by one. We have created a function wherein you can just select the product in the action. You just need to say for this particular it's hourly and I want to set it for default, just put it to default. It will set to default. And if I want to make it this hourly, let's do it. So you can select as many as you want one by one, okay, and just one action it sets to hourly. Okay, so that's how you configure the product as default or hourly. Whenever you create a product is by default been selected by default. Okay, but then if there are some products like for this particular fabrication, okay, you can set it hourly based on the variants that you want to select it. Okay, if it's for the product, you can select for the product hourly as well. Now let's go to this particular thing. Okay, I need to reselect it. application, and I put it hourly, confirm. Now if you see, the moment I put it hourly, okay, it will by default give me the workers hour per day, number of days, hourly return the amount. Okay, and the quantity unit of measure, this field becomes grayed out because we have configured this as hourly. Okay, so that's how this is. Let's say now require 10 workers, yeah, 8 hours a day, number of days what is required is 20, and did it 16. And we set it would calculate the amount. Okay, that is nothing but the workers into hours into day per day into number of days into hourly rate to give you the amount. So we'll have another application label with the linear fit, which enables me the quantity, and then this gets grayed out because I have set this particular variant for quantity itself. Okay, and the rate of the quantity. So let's put this the quantity divided of the rate would be 40. Save this, it will calculate the amount. Oh yeah. So that's how it is defined for the fabrication labor as well. Okay, the miscellaneous amount and the amount is the same. Okay, I'll just put it 30% for now. And we have the outsource, the products that you are going to outsource or something, you can add it over here. I'll just add for can okay, the unit price gets fetched from the product. If you have set the quantity, you can set it. Well, for example, sell this can agent price. Yep. Even over here, you can add the miscellaneous as you want. Okay, well, 20% or whatever. Then you have the installation labor. Okay, that is hourly based over here. Okay, all right, just put and worker for the hourly rate. If there's an hourly rate that you have set under the particular product, okay, it fetches automatically. If it not, you can add it manual. And that's get it. And then we save this. Yeah, same goes for the equipments. There are any equipments that are there. And then for the overhead, okay, if you have any overhead expenses or like anything, so I'm trying and uh, and similarly, the miscellaneous, whatever you want, you can calculate the miscellaneous by if I want to give one particular amount, let's put this as an amount that will calculate the percentage over here, 0.7. And then if we have these calculations over here, okay. So for this particular calculations, it will give you the total material amount. That is nothing but the amount that you can see over here, 5235. With the total markup and everything is 57,591. 57,591.60. The similarity that goes for the fabrication, then the outsource installation equipment. We haven't added any. So in the equipment, it's going to give us 0 as usual. And over here, it gives you the total unit cost, the total unit and the total price. Okay, the unit cost and the unit price over here. So if you want, we can provide the quantity of the unit of measure. It's fetched from here itself. If you want to add any profit overhead percentage, we can add it. Okay, let's say if you want to add 20. Okay, it would calculate the profit overhead amount, okay, which is not even 20% of the total production cost, and now the unit and overhead amount will calculate over here. Okay, either you can put the amount over here and it would calculate the percentage same. Okay, and that gives you the total selling price and the total unit cost, and the unit price is nothing but the divided by 20, and that provides you over here. Okay, so that's how the calculation works over here. And then the operations, you can predefine the operations for what are the operations that are required. It might be welding, painting, or whatever. Okay, the operations are required for this particular angle, and which all employees are going to work over here. Okay, you assign it. Then you have the quality control, that if you want to add the quality testing over here. Okay, the e-bomb we haven't created any, okay, yet, but we can set the e-bombs and the work centers. You can assign the work centers that, let's say, is going to have for the painting station. You can apply for a particular variant for this. Okay, and over here you can add the worksheet. Okay, that is nothing but the plan to produce, okay, or the drawings, or it might be anything. You can upload it over here, and the same goes to the um these particular work center, and they can refer this particular file to produce this or to paint this particular work center. You can assign the you can either have the duration computed based on the time clicked, okay, wherein the worker letter assigned, they can track the time, and then it would by default calculate the hours, or you can set it the duration manually. Okay, over here you can assign the default duration that takes to complete the entire production for this particular paint job. Okay, then you have the employee capacity, how many workers are going to work at the max, and the actual hours over here. Okay, actual hours are calculated based on the timesheet as well. You can set it manually if you want, and then we just save and close text standard. I'm not adding any PDF. I'll just put it with the text. You can add the Google Slides if you want. You can just add one link, and then that redirects to that link as well. You have an option for that. Save and close for this. Okay, those are the instructions. If you want, you can provide any instructions to them. Okay, you have, one second, let me save this. Okay, so here you have these smart button, the steps. You can define the steps over here. Um, Basically, for those quality checks, that what is the title for which product, is it the operation type, okay, or for which product, the operation type for it, and the work operations, the company. Okay, you can have the control per product or per quantity or per operations over here, and then you can send the quality checks over here. Okay, and the type could be either it's fast, fail. If you want to measure it, you can measure it with the norms, with the tolerance. Okay, where you have multiple options. You can either, if you want, then the maintenance team can take a picture and send it to you. Okay, um, you can provide an instructions to them. Okay, and then you have the pass or fail parameters over here. And who is responsible for this particular quality team? Okay, the steps, you can define the steps on the worksheet. Okay, the pass and the fail measure, or it can, if you want to have, you can add the custom and then just provide the Google slide link, and then they just fill it out. Okay, instruction, you can measure if it fails, what is the message that you want to deliver to that particular operation. That is for the painting, you can define it over here, and then comes the nodes. Okay, and this are nothing but the quality checks. You can define the quality checks over here. Okay, what are the other parameters, what are the quality checks you want? Okay, from which warehouse it picking. So this comes in the manufacturing. I'll explain you in the detail, but if you want to provide, if you want to define it in the BOM itself, you can have that over here. I'll be explaining this entirely in a separate video. Okay, just to give you a brief introduction about what does this operation means. I've provided it over here. Okay, you can add multiple operation. Obviously, there would be multiple operations that would be there for the uh, making this product. I just added one for an example. And in the miscellaneous, here you have the you can define the manufacturing reading lines. Okay, over here when all the components are available, only you can start the production, or it's like when the components for the first operation are available. Okay, let's say for the painting, you have the paint material. Okay, but for welding, you don't have the materials or the equipments that are required for the welding. Okay, so in that case, when I select this, when all components are available, okay, only then the manufacturing can start. If I press to this, if the paint is available, it will start with the painting and it will wait for the other operation until and unless the other raw materials are alive for the welding. So, I mean, like that's how the operation works. So, yeah, the flexible compare like consumption. If you want, you can block it strictly to in order to control the inventory, or else you can allow with the warning, or you can directly allow. Okay. And over here, you can select the operation from which warehouse you want. Okay, for the manufacturing, that is Texas data that we have already configured in this system. And then over here, you can have an analytical accounting. That is nothing but the projects, okay, for which project that is specifically want to perform it. So that's how the miscellaneous works. So that's how you create the bomb, okay, for a particular product. And e-bomb is something that you create for a specific project based on the requirements of the client. Okay, now let's go to the e-bomb. Okay, and let's create an e-bomb. So in this, I just select the handle test. I'll configure the product. Okay. It was for aluminum. I'll confirm this, and it will only show me for this particular product, this particular bomb that we have already created. It would show me, and once I click this, all the fields, including the quantity, the unit of measure, the materials, everything populates. And let me save this so that the calculation is also there. So each and every detail on the miscellaneous percentage, okay, all the products that you have marked, the hours per rate, the markup that we have configured, the in the outsource equipment, everything, all the calculations over here, even the profit overhead, and on a minor details get copied. Exactly the same over here. And then if you want to modify based on the customer's requirement for the estimate that you're going to use, you can add, you can twist it, you can change the markup percentage, or I mean the miscellaneous over here, even the calculations. And in the e-bomb, you have an option that we have created. Okay, let's say that you want to see this particular calculation without the material cost being added, and then once you deselect it, it would recalculate with excluding this. And when I included it in the operation and I save it, so you see the unit cost and the price per unit gets calculated accordingly. You can deselect multiple of them, and then that's how the rate has been calculated. Okay. So um, that's how the calculation of the total production. Over here, you can relate to it. And then if you want to change this quantity, then or the footage and feed or something that you have already been customized for this particular client, you can make it and it would calculate the entire calculation based on the. Okay. So these two quantity are linked. Even if you change it over here, it changes over here. If you change it over here, it changes over here itself. And then you can use and then assign this for the particular estimate, and it pops up accordingly. Okay, so let's I'll just create an opportunity. Let's just go to an opportunity. All right. Can assign the eval. So the unit rate is fetched over here, and then you have the markup percentage or the profit overhead percentage that we have assigned. Everything gets fetched over here, and then you serve this. So that's how you create the BOM and the E-BOM, and then you link it to a particular estimate. So the BOM is not related to, you cannot relate it because it's the standard. So all you have to create is the E-BOM and then relate to it. Okay. So the E-BOM is the one that will be actually using for all the estimates. Okay. So that's how you create it. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.